Yes, good morning, everybody. I hope you are enjoying the retreat and getting a lot out of it. So I'll just launch right into it. I believe I've got 5 minutes. So
5 to 10.
5 to 10, okay. So first off, I'd like to just recognize the program staff. I know that Jimmy Scheid is on the call. He's our supervising urban forester for Southern California. He oversees the staff down there. He's really doing a good job of getting into the swing of things with that and still covering some of his old job duties as well. So appreciate his help with that. And then most of the other staff is either on vacation or out in the field today for various reasons. So but most of you know our staff. We have in the San Diego Orange Imperial area, Lynette Short. For the Inland Empire, we have Abigail Schrader. She also assists quite a bit with the Los Angeles Ventura area, which is where we have Henry Herrera. Greg Dion handles the San Joaquin Valley and Central Coast. We have Julia Gowan for the Sacramento Valley and interior Northern California. And then we currently have a vacancy for our Bay Area position, which we do hope to advertise very soon. We're kind of keeping an eye on the state budget on that for now. Not because we won't fill it, but because we may end up with an additional position, and that may affect how we treat this particular position. And then we also have Eileen Hollett, who is our urban forestry education and outreach coordinator, and also responsible for Project Learning Tree in California. So if you may not have met Eileen yet, but she's a great resource for you. I encourage you to introduce yourself to her. And then, of course, you probably saw the announcement that we recently made that we will have a new program manager starting on June 1st. Walter Passmore is coming to us from the city of Palo Alto and has a good deal of experience in the urban forestry world. So we're looking forward to having him on board. There'll be some time of transition there, obviously. And, it's a busy time because we also have our deputy director for resource management, which is the position that is over all of the forestry programs in CAL FIRE. Just left state service to go work as the state forester in Alaska. And so there will be all kinds of shuffling of people who apply for various jobs as a result. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. But then also I guess it was early April, some current year funding was made available to CAL FIRE for various programs, including urban and community forestry. So we actually expect to launch our grant request for proposals here very shortly, within potentially as soon as Monday. There's even an outside chance at tomorrow, but I doubt I can get all of the people to do their jobs fast enough as far as getting them posted on the web and everything. So most likely next week. We anticipate having concept proposals due on July 14th. We do expect that additional funding will be made available to us. The amount that was made available to us at this point was $10 million. But we do expect to receive more with the final version of the governor's budget. But we obviously don't know that for certain until it's all signed and sealed and delivered. So right now it's $10 million. Because it is general fund money and not California Climate Investments money, we are instituting a new type of grant, urban forestry education and workforce development. So details will be available in the grant guidelines as soon as we release that. We are shelving urban wood utilization grants for the moment. That doesn't mean we won't be instituting those again in the future. We decided that there was an opportunity, given that it's general fund dollars and not California Climate Initiative dollars, to try to do something a little different. And so, and we know there's a great need for workforce development out there. So do keep an eye out on that and see what the requirements are and what we're trying to accomplish there. let's see. Other than that, the process will be very similar to last time, and the requirements will be very similar. If you are doing a project that achieves greenhouse gas reduction, like tree planting, or a management activities grant with a tree planting component, anything like that, then you will still have to report GHG similarly to how you do for California Climate Investments grants. So, because we know we're going to get asked for that information anyway. And folks should be getting used to that. Another development to keep an eye out on is we now have an app that we use for doing inspections, and we are hoping within the next year to have an app available to all of our grantees to where they will be able to take their phone or tablet in the field as they're planting trees and record them, so that we don't have to do the spreadsheet that you all dread, the MDCA spreadsheet. So we dread them too. It takes a lot of work on our end as well. So we're hoping we can develop an app where you would be able to record that information in the field and it would just go straight into our database and we wouldn't have to deal with that anymore. And it would do all of the tree location and everything. So stand by for that. That's a slow project because we are depending on other program personnel to help develop it for us, because we don't have our own kind of app developer, if you will. But we are making some good progress. So I think that's exciting and something to look forward to, hopefully in the coming year. And with that, those are some of the major updates. And I thought, Chuck is reminding me about liquidation extensions on 2017 and 18 grants. That is something the department has asked for, and it's something we do anticipate getting, but we don't have an update yet on when that might occur. I think it's supposed to be in the 21-22 budget, which would be signed in July. That was the last I heard. And so that's usually good news if you haven't heard that it's not happening. So it has been put forward, and hopefully that means, in July we will have that and we will be able to extend people's grants by a year. That is the hope. So let's see. All right, I've got some stuff going on in the chat here. So let me see if I can answer some questions.
One of the questions is, will we use the app for prior GGRF grants, John?
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully, once we roll it out, if folks want to use it for existing grants, hopefully that would be possible. We'll have, again, I don't have a lot of detail on that yet. It's a project in its infancy, but it is something that we are actively working on. Let's see here. Let's see. Question from City Trees from David. How will the new urban forester for the Bay Area be announced? Well, we will advertise that position and go through our hiring process. And then once we've hired somebody, we'll announce who that person will be. So I would anticipate we would advertise that at the latest in July, hopefully even sooner than that, once we have some more certainty around the budget. And that's just because we're like, so Jimmy's new position in Southern California, we want to have a similar position in Northern California, a supervising urban forester. And the plan is, if I don't get that position in the budget, which it looks good, if we don't get that position in the budget, we may seek to convert that position that Jimmy held to a supervising urban forester, and then kind of reshuffle staff just a little bit, because I think it's really important that we have that. So
I was going to interrupt because we have 2 more minutes. You were also going to talk a little bit about KUFAK and introduce Carlos?
Yes. So most of you are aware we have the California Urban Forestry Advisory Committee, KUFAK, which is an advisory body to the director of CAL FIRE on urban forestry issues. We recently advertised for nominations, and I'm proposing recommendations to the director on who will get the KUFAK slots on our committee. And our current chair of KUFAK is Carlos Campero from Los Angeles Conservation Corps. So pretty excited about that. Our previous chair was Walter Passmore, and prior to that, we've had a couple of other chairs as well. So, but it's the group that creates the strategic plan for our program. And so we take it very seriously, and we get really great advice from that body. So, hi, Carlos.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, John. Thank you, Cindy. It's a great honor to be part of KUFAK, just to be part of the group. And then recently named chair. It's very humbling, but I look forward to the opportunity to serve and to be a benefit to the group and a benefit to all the folks, the state of California. So thank you. And if anyone ever needs to get a hold of me, you can reach me via email, telephone, smoke signals, however you want to, and I'm always willing to help out.
Thanks, Carlos. And finally, I just would like to let everybody know that we have instituted a program newsletter. Eileen Hollett is our editor for that, and we have a place where you can sign up for that on our webpage. So please do visit there and sign up if you don't already get the newsletter. We hope to do that quarterly, and the next one should be coming out in early June. So please do check that out. And we did have some trouble with the first one going out to a whole bunch of people and getting stuck in people's spam filters. So you may need to check your settings on that if you sign up for either the newsletter or, for that matter, the grants email list, which is also on the grants page. We started the newsletter with that list, and so you can opt out if you got that and you don't want to get the newsletter, but you can also share that information with others to get more folks kind of tied in with the newsletter. So, and I guess hopefully I haven't gone too far over, Cindy.
Nope, you're great. Thank you very, very much, John. And at this point, and thank you, Carlos, for coming on board to say hi to everybody. At this point, we will be turning it over to Amelia for our panel with schools.